Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, please check out my Patreon link in the description. SoFi stock has gained a lot this month after a long period of disappointing performance, and this is why. The Senate just passed a bill to block student loan forgiveness and immediately end the payment pause. That is important, but it will be vetoed by the president. What is more important is the bipartisan debt deal signed by the president on Saturday that finalized the end of a 3-year-long federal student loan payment pause, meaning that some 45 million loan borrowers will have to resume payments by the end of August. The resumption of student loan repayments is obviously seen as a growth catalyst for SoFi, considering that the moratorium on student loan repayments cost them roughly 75 to 80% of the revenue that they had from student loan refinancing. But the moratorium did have a benefit for SoFi as well. It forced a change of strategy and likely accelerated their revenue diversification plans by years. SoFi's diversification efforts have really paid off, and SoFi is a far different company than it was prior to the pandemic. Catering to young, high-income consumers, SoFi now offers a diverse range of products and services. They are far more than just the student loan refinancing app they were in the beginning. They now offer auto loan refinancing, mortgages, personal loans, credit cards, investment products, and they are a legitimate bank. Divided into 3 business segments: lending, technology platform, and financial services, SoFi primarily generates revenue from lending, but recent trends show that the financial services sector and the technology sector are growing and making up a larger and larger portion of the company's revenue every time they report earnings. As a financial services company with a significant student debt refinancing business, it seems natural for SoFi to benefit from such a decision, and it will, but the benefits are going to take a couple of quarters to be realized. The loan refinancing business will likely not bounce back to the volume it was before the pause, and the stock price will likely begin to rise as a reflection of better fundamentals. I think it is safe to say that the era of irrational valuation for SoFi is over, and that SoFi's stock value is going to more closely follow the financial multiples like price to earnings growth or price to earnings ratios when the company hits profitabilities later this year. SoFi investors should be realistic for the time being. SoFi is not going to go back to doing $2.5 billion in loan refinancing per quarter right away, even though payments may start up as soon as August. The lawsuit that SoFi Technologies filed against the Biden administration, arguing that there is no legal authority to continue the student loan forbearance, is likely going to lose a lot of importance now that a definite end date is in sight. The Supreme Court is also widely expected to rule against the Biden administration's forgiveness program. So the scale at the end of this moratorium really has to be understood. SoFi's refinancing business for student loans experienced a significant impact from the payment pause. The company claims to have had a loss of $200 million in profits during the repayment freeze, leading to a collapse in its student loan origination business. As we all know, this is not a case where the facts are in dispute. For the first quarter of this year, SoFi reported $525 million in student loan volume, a sharp decline from the $2.4 billion recorded in the fourth quarter of 2019, just before the onset of the pandemic. SoFi and investors expect a revival in that business. The revenue growth for SoFi is pretty huge, actually. The outstanding student loan debt in the United States is a staggering $1.7 trillion, and this represents a vast opportunity for SoFi, not just to refinance. SoFi is extremely good at cross-selling other financial products to their consumers. Prior to 2020, student loan refinancing was SoFi's primary focus, but the payment pause wrecked this business, forcing the company to look for new ways to survive. Congress, with the stroke of a pen, eviscerated SoFi's business model without offering any sort of compensation. The way SoFi responded, however, I believe has set the company up for long-term success. The resumption of the student loan refinancing business is great news for SoFi, but it is no longer the story of SoFi. They have moved beyond their humble beginnings as a simple student loan refinancer. SoFi has been rapidly expanding its business in recent years, creating various revenue streams to reduce the reliance on a single product. The resumption of student loan payments will be beneficial, but the current interest rate environment may not bring the student loan refinancing business back to 2019 levels. Higher interest rates have diminished the attractiveness of SoFi's refinancing rates compared to the fixed rates of federal student loans. Instead, I think that by positioning itself as a comprehensive financial solutions provider to those that are eligible and choose to refinance, SoFi has an incredible opportunity to leverage cross-selling additional financial products, particularly in the banking sector, with their highly competitive deposit rates and convenient services. This is going to allow them to lower customer acquisition costs, create competitive advantages, and create sticky relationships with new SoFi customers in the long run. In conclusion, SoFi Technologies is a really interesting business study. The company is looking at a significant revenue boost with the imminent restart of student loan payments, but the boost in revenues is not solely going to come from refinancing operations, and it won't come right away. I expect the price action on this stock to more closely follow fundamentals than it has in the past. The resumption of student loan payments presents a real growth opportunity for SoFi's student loan refinancing business, but it provides an equal opportunity that is a reflection of the company's diversification efforts that were accelerated by the student loan pause to begin with. In other words, the stars are aligning for SoFi. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, please check out my Patreon link in the description. Have a nice day.